Hello world. If you can't tell, it's the crack of ass. It's 6:20 in the morning on a Wednesday, April 2nd. It's my rest day, so I'm gonna take you guys through a full rest day and go shopping. Probably gonna get a haircut. Your boy's looking crazy. But yeah, we got a lot to do. I gotta get my car re-registered. I'm probably gonna get a haircut and I'm gonna go shopping for an outlet mall. And it's a rest day, so the macros are definitely different. Coach dropped them to 1,800 calories, so we'll do a full day of eating on the rest 4 weeks out for my official bodybuilding competition. This is what it takes to get shredded. It is 6:23 in the morning. My alarm was at 6:45 and I beat my alarm up, so that's how you know you're super excited. Your dreams won't work unless you do. So we're gonna get to this fasted cardio. You already know the deal. Stick around for the whole video. Drop a like, subscribe. We're gonna be showing you exactly what it's like to live in another country and go shopping and do all these things. Sit back, kick back, relax, grab some food, do whatever you need to do. But you're not gonna wanna miss it, because who doesn't wanna see what it's like to live in another country, especially as a jacked bodybuilder. So I'm gonna get to this fasted cardio and I will see y'all after. 40 minutes, day 1 of 28 down. Okay y'all, so cardio's officially done. 40 minutes down the hatch. Now we're gonna cook up breakfast. It doesn't change that much, but I don't know exactly what it's gonna be, but we're about to whip it up and you're about to find out. Also, if you're new here, my name's Nikki. I'm a natural bodybuilder and an American living in Germany, and I'm documenting the entire thing: health, fitness, wellness, motivation, self-improvement, all of that. So if you're into any of that, stick around, stay tuned, because this video is only gonna get better and the channel's only gonna get better. So while you're at it, like and subscribe, and I will see y'all for breakfast. Today we got 180 grams of 99% fat-free turkey. We got 1 egg and 93 grams of egg whites and 2 pieces of Ezekiel toast. The macros come out to 472 calories, 70 grams of protein, 28 grams of carbs, and 8 grams of fat. So this is all I'm gonna eat. And then we got a lot of errands to run, so I'm gonna house this real quick and then I'll see y'all sometime in the near future. Your boy getting drippy, you feel me? You proud of me? Stop dressing like a bum, put that shit on. You never know who you run into, the opportunities, and it feels good to look good. So definitely putting that shit on today, baby. I just can't be, I need security, cause niggas is hoes, I need vehicle registration. And yeah, if you're wondering, getting your car registered in Germany is just as complicated as it sounds. Everybody's angry and grumpy that they have to do their job, but hey, we're gonna have a great day regardless of anything. Had to go back around, but luckily I got an appointment, because when I'm telling you, that line is like there's at least 45 cars in the walk-in line. So your boy made an appointment. Lucky me, but yeah, just waiting here for my car re-registered, because I've been in Germany too damn long. 2 years with this bad boy. Yep, well, today is not going as planned. I wanted to go shopping. I wanted to do a lot of things. So nothing went according to plan, but we're still gonna have a great day. Still hungry as a mug. It's been 5 hours since my last meal. I'm going off of just those 100 grams of egg whites. But I'm gonna go get a haircut, because self-care is still key. So if I'm not gonna have a good day, I'm gonna still look my best, And we still got a lot of other things to accomplish. I went to go check out some Birkenstocks. That's what I was gonna go buy. And those things were so uncomfortable. I do not believe the hype. Like, those were the most uncomfortable shoes I've ever worn, and I'm not dropping 100 euros on that. Going back after the cut ski, my boy always be getting me right. But yeah, so even if you're not having a good day, you can still get a haircut. You can still take care of yourself. I think if anything, I'm honestly just more hungry. You know, I had 400 calories at 7 a.m. and then I walk around and everybody's got, you know, a bag of chips or a burrito in their hands, and honestly, it just be making me aggravated. But we're gonna stop, eat. I'm gonna show you these meals, and we got a lot more errands to run, so this is the most hectic off day I could have had. All right, and then this is the second meal of the day. It is almost 1400 and I've only had 2 meals, but here we got the gold standard. This is one of the only carb meals of the day. I got 150 grams of chicken and 180 grams of potato. Not sure of the exact carbs, but I'll put them up on the screen somewhere over here. So definitely gonna house this. Like I said, we got a lot to run to. I'll probably have another meal, so I'll see you for that. And because we're about to be on the run, I'm going to get 20 grams of this PB2 Rise, 38 grams of the Quaker, the Freedom, the Quick Oats are in the bowl. And then I'm also going to get 25 grams of this PB2 in this bowl. I'll show y'all when it's done. But yeah, these are the 2 meals and then I'm back on the road. So hit the spot, brush my teeth, and then, man, we got a lot to do today. Gotta go replace my license, this vehicle registration. They made me rip the tint off one of my cars. You know, I'll spare you all the details, but just know life be life, and especially on prep, you know. Especially to be hungry with 300 calories in your system, and you gotta run around, and the grocery store is out of egg whites, and like, I actually really need egg white. Goodness, super thick oats. Come on, bro. Peanut buttery. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. That's like stick to the bottom. That's how you know it's real. I'm in heaven. Oh my God. If that don't look fine, I don't know what does. 2 over medium eggs, 145 grams of tilapia, 150 grams of asparagus. And that is going down the hatch. Prep's best friend. Pink salt. Alright, y'all, I just wanted to get super real about just, one, in general, how my mental and day is going, and then 2, you know, in case anybody else is ever feeling like this, but, you know, everybody wants to live in Europe, and I literally drove around on top of everything I had, on top of, you know, them failing me for my car inspection for BS reasons, on top of me waiting for 3 hours for, you know, X, Y, and Z, on top of all the other things that life will throw at you, all the other nuisances that life will throw at you. I drove around, hit 5 grocery stores for 3 hours trying to find egg whites. And that might not sound like a big deal, but I'm like, I don't live in a third world country in the middle of Europe. I should be able to go get egg whites. And it's, I mean, that's one of the reasons I miss the States, but that's not the main reason. But, you know, just back to the mental, it's, you know, if anybody out there ever feels lonely, and I'm not talking about in the sense of, you know, I need a girlfriend or like, where's, like, no, I'm talking about just genuinely alone, because the mindset that I believe I possess and a lot of my friends that I talk to possess, it's just so uncommon. If you are uncommon, like, you know, everybody just likes to eat BS and go out and party and drink and like to be so locked in on anything that you're doing, whether you're trying to be an entrepreneur, a doctor, an astronaut, a bodybuilder, in school, whatever, but just trying to actually take the path less traveled by, it is so tough because there's nobody else that'll, very, very few people that will be on the same page that you're on. I mean, I have some good friends and people on my team, but I live in Europe. The closest friend I have is in Italy, you know, and that's still a 7-8 hour drive. And, you know, we have phone calls and everything, but, you know, it just really hit me hard today. I mean, part of it's, yeah, running around with no food and, you know, just passing people in the grocery store, just 400 pounds, it's just no type of self-respect, no, you know, they don't care about their own health. And I get it, everybody's not going to be a bodybuilder, but like, if you are a sentient life form and you don't care about your health and your knowledge or your ability to adapt and learn, if you don't care about your health and your, you know, just your mental health, your spiritual health, your everything, like, then, I mean, you're just wasting your life. And honestly, that's how I feel. I could be wrong. I could be arrogant going on some crazy tandem, but I just really feel so alone when I walk around and that's all I see. And it's literally just me and, like, you know, on a diet 3 weeks out where I'm super anal and crucial about everything that I'm doing and I can't miss a meal and, you know, there's no egg whites and just, and I mean, just in general, pushing content and just trying to make something of yourself. You know, this is more for people trying to make something of themselves because most people aren't. Most people are content with partying, you know, doing the bare minimum. Talking to my friends, it's like, you know, when you're trying to make something of yourself, like, there's so much on your plate all the time. Like, I'm, you know, going through a commissioning package in the Air Force. I got, you know, school TDYs to do. I got homework. I got all these videos to edit, content to create. I got to go get my car registered. I got, you know, like, I can literally just go on for 25 minutes naming all the things that I'm trying to do, on top of being low calories, on top of, you know, being super anal about my diet, needing to go to the gym, needing to prioritize 8 to 10 hours of sleep. Well, you know, the average person, they get home, watch porn, watch Netflix, order takeout pizza and go to sleep. And, you know, I got to meal prep 18 things and weigh them out and portion out my meals for the day and then think about, okay, what is this going to upload? And okay, I got to sit down and edit this and blah, blah, blah. And like, that's why I didn't bring my camera for a lot of the day. It was just hitting me really hard mentally. I had this whole cute idea of I was going to go to these outlets near France and I was going to buy these Birkenstocks and it was going to be awesome. And then, you know, one thing went wrong after another. And I mean, I'm still here. I'm still standing. So one, let that be a testament to anybody, you know, going through some tough times, obviously a lot tougher than this, but, you know, your problems in hindsight in a year from now, when you look back, I won't remember this day, you know? So it's also not worth letting it stress you out. I had a buddy tell me, you know, stop. Like, if you don't care, why are you stressing it? And, you know, life really is 10% what happens to us and 90% how we respond. It's more how you bounce back. You know, everybody gets knocked down. Bill Gates failed. Elon Musk failed. Jeff Bezos failed. You know, all these people, they failed. They come in second. They lose. But it's not the fact that they lost. It's that the fact that they bounced back. It's the fact that they hit the ground and they came right back up. Because, you know, if you lose, that's just part of the game. That's how the game goes. You win some, you lose some. But if 3 weeks from now, you're still on the ground, you're still a loser, if, you know, I come back 6 months, a year later, and you're still sulking about it, that's your problem. So we're not here to sulk. We're just here for some honest reflections, because I feel like I should be transparent and not just always this, oh, hoorah, you know, you got to get up and get after it. And you definitely do. But, you know, today was just one of those days. And like I said, it just goes back to feeling lonely, which is why I think my time in the military is coming to an end, because I've met some great people, but you meet them 3 years later, you're gone. You know, it's cool to live in Europe, but I'm walking around grocery stores. I asked these people, I called ahead to like 3 different grocery stores. This one said that they had it. I drove 25 minutes to go get it. I said, you guys have egg whites? They said, yeah, we got egg whites. I went there, I asked for egg whites. They pointed at white eggs. Bruh. Time, the one asset you'll never get back. I wasted so much of it. But it's like things like that you don't think about. Yeah, it's cool to live in Europe and vacation, but, you know, it's cooler to be surrounded by like-minded people, you know, where you guys can push each other. You feel at home. You have more in common with the people next to you. You speak the language, you know, like I miss all my best friends, you know, my brothers, my close associates, my A1 since day one, you know, like where if we were together, yeah, we'd be pushing content, we'd be working out. I mean, we'd just be all around making each other better. And that's what it really is, you know, just lonely in that sense. Not like I need a girl, but just, you know, I miss the wolf pack. I miss the community. And then especially being out here too, you know, in the military, it's like, and, you know, just being so health conscious, like the average person doesn't care what they put in their body. They don't care what they're eating. They don't care, you know, they spend their weekends at a bar. And if you try this out, literally don't go out to eat and don't go out to drink. Like, and I promise you 90% of your friends will disappear. 90% of the activities you do will probably disappear. Cause I mean, there's nothing wrong with going out to eat. It's like, you know, that's how you break bread. It's a social activity, but it's like, dude, I just don't want to go spend $60 every weekend on one plate of food, like one that's so fiscally irresponsible too, like all the poison and garden. Like, dude, I'm just not trying to sit around and stuff my face with a deep fried burrito or split some Anytizer chicken tenders, like tater tots or whatever, you know, for the table. I'd rather, honestly, let's go get, you know, a $25 steak. Like, I'd rather grill that up. But, you know, it's just when you eliminate so much of the commonalities between you and other people, and it's nobody's fault but my own. But, you know, hopefully there's a group out there for me. Hopefully there's a girl out there, you know, for all of us, and, you know, a significant other, a partner. Hopefully you got a friend out there. You know, hopefully there's some other like-minded individuals out there that you'll link up with, and, you know, everything will just be exorbitantly better, because a rising tide lifts all boats. And I really do. I know where my friends are. I know where my wolf pack is, and I'm just counting down the days till I get to go see them again, you know. So this is just anybody who feels alone or lonely. Just know, try to reassure myself with this too, that it's supposed to be lonely at the top, you know. If it was cool, everybody would do it. If it was easy to make $1 million, everybody would do it. If it was easy to be a content creator and vlog and blah, 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 like everybody would do it. Everybody'd be jacked. Everybody'd be rich, but it's not. You know, it's the same thing. It's like on the way to the top, it's literally lonely for a reason. And I try to tell myself that through some of these days, but, you know, I'm also extremely blessed and grateful to be able to sit out here and talk to you guys, and just, might not be the best view ever, but I literally have my own apartment in Germany. And I know, and that's why I'm glad I'm documenting this, because I know one day I'm going to look back and be like, wow, I literally lived in Europe. Like, I'm going to tell people and they're not even going to believe me. You know, my buddy said that he went back to the States and he was telling girls like, yeah, I got an apartment in Italy. And they're like, shut up. No way. It's like, yeah, I do, you know, and I got my apartment in Germany, and I've been beyond blessed and grateful for the opportunities, but I'm more excited for what's to come and the new passion and purpose I found in my life. So, you know, enough of the self-pity, but I just want to give you guys some real talk, you know. 4 weeks out, going on 3 weeks out, you know, maybe it's just the food and the hunger talking, and I'm walking by people, you know, eating whatever they want, and I guess jealous in a sense, but also disciplined enough to know that what I want later exceeds what I want now, you know. So all in all, it's been a great day. I think, you know, these are the days you learn a lot about yourself and just getting to reflect. So I hope you guys can take something out of it. I mean, let me know if you get anything, if you can relate, or if not, but either way, man, got the cut ski, you know, that definitely did a lot for the mental health, is just getting the cut. So take care of yourself, because even though I was feeling like garbage, you know, I was like, let me go get the cut. And honestly, looking in the mirror, everything feels a lot better. So all that being said, grateful, great day to be alive, and I'll see y'all for the next meal. Super sad looking last meal, but we got 75 grams of chicken breast, 1 whole egg, and 80 grams of egg whites. It is my low calorie day, so more, I guess a little bit more fat, still under, you know, 45 grams of fat, but way less carbs, way less potatoes, everything. I ate my carb meals earlier when I was running around. Also, I've gotten already 10,000 steps, and it's 1,800. So 6 p.m. having my last meal, and then I still got one more snack for the day, and then we're gonna put a wrap on this extremely mentally taxing but well-needed therapy session and full day of eating. So how's in this? And I'll see you for the last snack of the rest day. Low day, everything, cardio in the morning. It's came down to this, so one more. You are already guessed it. The final meal of the night is the Ninja Creamy cbum strawberry protein. Super fire, low calorie, 177 calories, 30 grams of protein. This is going to cap my low day. I'm going to put the total number of calories up here. It's 1,800 calories, around 250 grams of protein. I'll put the exact numbers. 100 grams of carbs is what I was sticking to. I think I was at like 108 and under 45 grams of fat. So raw mental update so you guys can see the truth of what it's like to be 3 weeks out and getting as shredded as possible, and also just the daily occurrences and mishaps of life living in another country, abroad, overseas. But regardless, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate you guys for watching, liking, staying tuned. I'm going to absolutely destroy this because if you guys can't tell, that's a whole pint of ice cream. Again, a whole pint of ice cream. If you're on prep, and besides if you're on prep, if you care about your health, forget Ben and Jerry's, where you're going to ingest nothing but toxic, poison chemicals, fat, and garbage, and sugar. Literally load up protein powder. I'm on prep, so I can only put water in it, but man, mix in some peanut butter, PB2, almond butter. You can make mangoes, strawberries, cinnamon chocolate, like low whatever, mix a protein cookie in there, and I'm telling you, it's fire. But again, from the bottom of my heart, I appreciate all the like, love, support. If you haven't yet, like the video, subscribe, stick around. We got a lot more coming. 4 weeks out, pushing on 3 weeks out. Only going to get shredded. It's only going to get harder, but you know what? That's what we're here for. It's about the journey. It's not about the destination. It's about the climb. So again, it's your boy, Saint Nicky from Germany. Peace out, and I'll catch you at the next one.